Privy, this is Salvation. I present to you Fallout 4. There is an excellent chance, yes, how do I say that without sounding like the idiot I am? I am not a shooter person. This isn't a shooter, I know it isn't a shooter, but it has a control like a shooter. Let me use the terminal. Vault 111, security instructions, confidential, security eyes only, violation VTP 01011. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Security staff are responsible for maintaining installation integrity and monitoring science staff activity. Under no circumstances are staff allowed to deviate from assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with vault operations are capital offenses. Security staff are authorized to use lethal force. Operations Protocol Manual. Resident admittance. Upon activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with admittance of Vault-Tec Vault residents. Security personnel will maintain order and ensure that no personnel or residents attempt to evacuate the vault. Research staff will be responsible for resident intake and escort each to the designated cryogenic pod. Residents not accounted for in the manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detainees. Vault entryway must remain sealed under any circumstances. Staff duties. Science staff. Members of the research team must daily monitor the vital signs of cryogenically preserved residents. Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be recorded hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the resident population has perished while in cryogenic suspension and must not interrupt suspension. Independent research is encouraged and left to overseer discretion. Security personnel. Security patrols are to be carried out on a constant 8-hour rotation. Security priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, settling disputes among personnel, enforcement of regulations set forth by the overseer, enforcement of regulations set forth by Vault-Tec. Facility services and maintenance. Due to the nature of Vault 111, personnel will be expected to perform duties outside of their normal qualifications, such as janitorial duties and food preparation. The exact distribution of these roles is left to overseer discretion. All clear and evacuation. All clear message. Following a nuclear event, Vault-Tec will monitor hazards such as radiation levels, enemy invasion, subsequent attacks and other factors. Once conditions are deemed safe, this terminal will receive an all-clear notice. Upon receiving the all-clear notice, Vault-Tec personnel may be evacuated at overseer discretion. Disregarding any notices from organizations or individuals not associated with Vault-Tec, including government and military, residents are not to be disrupted or evacuated. Vault-Tec will attend to their needs remotely once Vault 111 staff has been evacuated. What? Mandatory shelter period. Vault 111 is classified as a short-term assignment. Non-resident personnel are expected to carry out research duties and basic maintenance of the vault while awaiting the all-clear signal to evacuate. In the absence of an all-clear message from Vault-Tec, the overseer may elect to evacuate staff after a mandatory shelter period of 180 days of containment. Under no circumstance may Vault 111 staff evacuate during this shelter period unless receiving the all-clear message from Vault-Tec. Security logs, October 23, 2077. God, it finally happened. The world's over. Barely got all the residents inside, not everyone made it. Now it's just us and the icebergs. I don't get it. Eggheads try to explain to me that keeping them frozen is a big experiment. For a better future or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right that we were smiling at them all the time before putting them on ice. Shouldn't we have told them something? December 25, 2077. Christmas underground. Got together with the rest of the security boys and support staff and had a little party. Best gift that got handed out was a fancy lad snack cake that wasn't too stale. None of the scientists came. Overseer wasn't there either. I just don't get them. They are hiding something from us? Another company secret only for the higher-ups? Whatever. Just a few months until the all-clear is supposed to come through, then we can start rebuilding. March 14, 2078. Only a few weeks left in our mandatory shelter period. Everyone's getting stir crazy. Some people are even saying the all clear signal is never coming. We can't stay here much longer, that's for sure. It's not just the fact that I've been staring at the same break room and bunk bed for over 6 months. It's the fact that we only have enough food left for another few months, tops. The overseer keeps telling everyone to be patient, focus on work. He's definitely keeping us out of the loop. Something bad is going on, I just know it. April 23, 2078. The main door accessing the vault exit is malfunctioning. Now the only way out is through the overseer's evacuation tunnel. How convenient for him. He has one of the science team watching the door into his office at all times from a little makeshift checkpoint. Got invited to a meeting tonight. Support staffers and security only. Sounds like I'm not the only one with an axe to grind. Last entry. No, all clear from Vault-Tec is coming. We need to leave. We're all but out of food. I almost murdered Stanley for dropping a damn salt cracker on the floor. A handful of us confronted the overseer about opening the vault. I never knew a man that small could shout that loud. Now he's locked himself in his office along with the rest of the science staff. We're supposed to hand over any food, weapons and medicine we have by tonight, or there's going to be consequences. I've talked to everyone, it's time. One way or another, we're getting out of this vault. Alright. This is quite understanding. Look at this. We are going to do some exterminating, and the thing about this is I am not a shooter person. There is an excellent chance that I will turn down the difficulty eventually because I hate shooters. This isn't one. This isn't a shooter. I know it isn't a shooter any more than Bloodlines was. But it has enemies in it, it has a first-person view, and I don't have bats yet. Fuck you.
Giant roaches?
Okay, I have a weapon, thanks.
What the hell?
And water, there is water. You can drink water. Usually it's not a great idea unless you are close to death because it's contaminated. Cup. Yes, this is a place. Beer bottle, why not? No, don't sit down, don't do that. Don't do that. Red, red, red. Don't. Get moving. Please, thanks. It's normally not a great idea to drink water because, I'm grabbing things as long as I can until I get told that I'm carrying too much, then I'll stop, obviously. And I want to stay hidden because, not because I want to stay hidden or I have any illusions about being able to stay hidden, but because I want to see when I'm being attacked. I'm a coward like that, and I'm going to spend a lot of my time crouching. Whew, here's the deal. Yes, as I said, I'm not a shooter person. Shooters make me uncomfortable and frighten me. There's a computer here. There was a room I didn't check, namely the bathroom. Perhaps there's something here too, jet or something. And this is, by the way, the first Fallout game I've played in my life. Which may be a good thing, I don't know, because it seems to be different to the others. Here's a recreational terminal. Overseer memo. Remember, use of the recreational terminal is a privilege. If work performance declines, this privilege may be revoked. Enjoy responsibility. Top 10, Rick, Tim, TGM say apparently I can only... Yes, this is... yeah, this is one of these, yes. No. Yes, please. I am not going to spend more time with this. I am just taking the holotape because I can and leaving. There are a few of these and I am not going to hunt them down. I'm not going to hunt pretty much anything in particular down. Yes. Hey, I have bats! Why didn't that work before? God, the first time I played this, I did this, I was freaking out at this point. You see, I get better. But if you remember, if you've watched me doing Bloodlines, you know how easy I am on such things.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
Dead. Yes, then you know that I'm not a very a very exactly a, how do I say that without sounding like a wuss? I struggle with this kind of game. This perspective and this sort of game, and if you see me playing Bloodlines, you know that I freak out in these environments and these things, and all of it is just not something that my stomach can really do, but I'm doing it anyway, and I have a pistol and I'm not going to use it. Can I put you elsewhere? No, not yet, apparently. Would you mind? Thanks. I'm not wasting bullets on roaches. Vault 111 Overseer instructions. Confidential again. Vault is designed to list long-term effects of suspended. Hey, I had that, didn't I? Yes, we had that. Cryolator. I've long dreamed of making cryogenic freezing available as in a portable on-demand form. The cryolator is my latest attempt. Thankfully, we are in no short supply of the chemicals and components. I need to tinker with the prototype. It's a nice way to occupy the time as we wait for the all-clear signal. Operations. Motorcars, we had that. Overseer's log. Overseer's log. Preparations. The final staff orientation is complete, but all but a few of the residents down in Sanctuary Hills have been enrolled, and several from Concord as well. Vault-Tec supervisors came up this week to do a technical review with me. This vault is ready to open. I can only imagine what wonders our residents will get to witness. The notion of leaping forward in time, I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of our future realized. October 23. It's happened. We were lucky that most of the staff was nearby when the yearly warning came through. We had less notice than expected, but only North Hagen was missing when we sealed the entrance. Resident admittance went smoothly. Everyone made it, even the family that waited until the last minute. That would be us, wouldn't it? I was worried there would be more suspicion, but things happen so fast for these people. They must have been too overwhelmed to question the cryogenic pods. Systems malfunction. Strange issue today with pod C3. Subject appeared to be having heart palpitations. Nothing life-threatening but unusual. We realized almost too late that the pod was malfunctioning. The cryogenic array almost started thawing her out. We're not sure, but I suspect the hiccup in Vault-Tec's remote override systems may have sent an errant signal. We'll have to keep an eye out. I only hope the systems are reliable once we evacuate the staff. Supplies running low. There's been no all-clear signal yet, even though we are nearing the end of the 180-day mandatory shelter period. Supplies were never intended to last much longer than that, and despite my best efforts, people are beginning to question what we're doing down here. If people think we can just leave when the 180 days are up, they are insane. The radioactive exposure would still be potent enough to fry everyone if the vault seals are breached that early. The whole point of the all-clear was to receive additional instructions from the main office. I don't know what to do. I can't open the vault. I can't expect our supplies to last forever. I just have to keep everything under control until the all-clear. This is the other side of the coin, of course. He's got a point. You can't go out there after just 180 days. Mutiny. A faction led by the security personnel have turned on me, demanding they be allowed to leave the vault. Idiots. I will not open the door to be irradiated to death out there. I'm consolidating the remaining supplies, putting the staff on lockdown. We're going to have to start prioritizing who deserves what little food we have left. I've been too damn generous with the rations. If people don't like it, well, that's for your mouths to feed. Open evacuation tunnel. The personnel evacuation tunnel is now open. Remind all staff to be orderly and follow shutdown protocols before exiting and resealing Vault 111. Please maintain all staff records and research. Report to your local Vault-Tech supervisors for debriefing and further instructions. Okay. Here there are bullets. There is a lock that I can't open.
Coming back later for you.
Yes, I will come back later for you, but not very late. Nothing here. Bye. Thankfully, these aren't very fast. There's a reason why I'm picking up their meat. Okay. And bye. I heard something. Didn't I?
Is this all that's left?
Yep.
Is anyone alive? Did anyone?
Did anyone? No. And now we have an inventory. Oh, thank God. Okay, here we can see our stats and all that. We can see our status, our special, this is these points, that's an acronym. Perks, we don't have any yet, and then we have inventory, we have these two, we can assign them to certain spots, and I think I always... No. What? I want that here. And, come on, and we have the clothing, which doesn't make much difference. I can put on eyeglasses, which heighten my perception. I can put on either of the avoiding rings, which makes absolutely no difference. And here we have the meat. We can eat it, but it's irradiated, as you can see there at the bottom right. We have bobby pins for breaking locks. We have this computer game. We have junk, which is going to be interesting later. We have no mods, but we have some ammunition. We have the quest log. We have what workshops we have. None so far. Stats. Apparently we haven't yet done anything like committed murder or so. We have a map which is gloriously empty, and we have a radio which doesn't have anything on it either. So that's that for the beginning. I want to take a look around before I exit because of reasons. Oh, this is where we came from, in fact. Let's go then and head out. Oh, there was one thing I didn't show you.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
Oh, this is close. Yet. Now it's opening. And we can actually How far is this going to approach me? Not far at all. Yeah, there is light. Not sunlight exactly, but light. There is an elevator here. And I want to show you something. Something I didn't, namely that this is our stats, which is what I want to get very soon, is the lock picking, which is for advanced locks, which is one reason why I wanted 4 points in perception. I also want very soon 1 point in hacking, which is why I took intelligence so high up, but I'll take that a lot higher eventually. Charisma apparently is for persuasion, we'll do that later. I will not go much further in endurance. I will give a few points in perception. I'll give a bit into pickpocketing. You can look ahead what these points will do, even if you cannot select them yet. And what I'm aiming for actually is this, because you can do something beautiful, you can explode people. That's a lot of fun. And let's go. Let's just leave. Do I want to change my special attributes? Can I do that? Finished, exit the vault. Not really. So I can't really... I wanted to know if I could take something away and put something in a lower layer. So we are done.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing.
If you should decide later that you want to change your face, you can always do that. There are options for that later on. At least when you reach the main city, which is a challenge in itself, and which was one of the most difficult parts of the game, to find the bleeding place without dying. But I now know where I can't enter from. So, we are out in the sunlight. That's our hometown. The one on my starting screen looks minutely different, but not overly much. I'm staying crouched because of reasons. And I'm going to take a little bit of a look around. There are things to be found here in the vicinity. Right away is something that will reduce your radiation if you soak some rats up, which will happen, don't worry. Or do worry, perhaps. Can I loot skeletons? Normally you can't. You can go back down to the vault, which I will soonish, because I couldn't get the bleeding cryolator, and there is a, I don't know, suppose it's a cheat, because I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. I think there is a rat roach in this place here. Can I pick up a tire? No. Why would I want to pick up a tire? A coffee pot, bottle caps. Bottle caps are the local, you know, I'm not taking cram. It's food, but it's irradiated, and I can't do anything with it. I only grab food that I can improve. What did I want to say? Is there anything else I can grab from here, maybe? No, not really. Let's leave. I thought there was some ammunition. Yes, there was ammunition in there, actually. What the actual fuck is wrong with me? Yes, I'm not picking up irradiated food, because it's just something I won't use. You can cook food, actual good food. Yeah, you can sprint. You can harvest hop flowers. You can cease to crawl around like a coward. And you can save. And you can discover Sanctuary.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth, what happened to the world?
The world, Mum? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Sir back. Where is your better half, by the by?
He's in a better place.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Does it look like it?
Codsworth, listen to me carefully. Have you seen him? Have you seen Sean?
Why, Sir had him last, remember? Perhaps he's gone to the Parker residence to arrange a play date. I'm sure he'll be back with him momentarily.
Sean's been kidnapped. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you sure?
A bit over 210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
Mum, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
What do you know, Codsworth?
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
A holotape? What's on it?
I believe it's a private message for you. My etiquette protocols would not permit me to play it for myself. Any standard holotape reading device should be able to play it back. Oh, like that Pip-Boy on your arm. That should work brilliantly. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? Sir and young Sean may turn up yet.
Have you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, Mum. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
I don't know, Codsworth.
Follow me.
Hey, Codsworth.
Miss Red, Don't worry. My search protocols are on full alert.
Alright, hold it. This was Servatia and Red in Fallout 4. Fallout 4, wo weiter?